Good evening. This is Nigel at Spiritual Renaissance New Zealand and Spiritual Renaissance NZ Unleashed. And this is the 27th of the April 2020 with the Prime Minister's speech. I'm not going to play it all. I just want to play a little piece here. And this is just for the record, is that Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern here is explaining that God, I tried to listen to this her whole briefing. It cuts out a little bit further, and I don't know what's in the last half of it because it just doesn't seem to want to play for me. So probably something important that I'm missing. Anyway, I did get this piece, and she announces how many COVID-19 deaths there have been, and I just want to play this for the record and have it recorded.
To their family and loved ones, and nothing can take away their grief. All I can do is say again to those people is that our thoughts and sympathies are with you. We send them our love in their time of loss. As we do to anyone who has lost someone during lockdown and may have been unable to be with them or to farewell them as they would have wished. This has been one of, I think, the hardest elements of level 4.
I took it
There is not widespread transmission that is going undetected.
Go back earlier.
The virus has a transmission rate of around 2.5 in most places without controls. Under lockdown, this has dropped to 0.4, less than half a person infected by each individual. And for the last few days, our cases have been in the single digits, with, as you will have heard from Dr. Bloomfield today, just one confirmed case. It is worth pausing to digest those numbers. They are incredible, and they are thanks to the sacrifices that every single New Zealander has made. As we entered level 4, modelling from Professor Sean Hendy gave us insights into a scenario in which we did not lock down, and in that scenario, our steady case numbers seeded an epidemic that potentially would have seen a period of as many as 1,000 cases per day. We will never know what would have actually have happened without our level 4 restrictions, but we can look overseas and see that this devastating scenario has played out in many other countries. Through our cumulative actions, we have avoided the worst. Tragically, what we have been unable to stop is the loss of 19 New Zealanders to COVID-19. Numbers, of course, mean nothing to their families.
That was the bit there. Lost 19 people to COVID-19. Let's play it again.
Just those numbers. They are incredible, and they are thanks to the sacrifices that every single New Zealander has made. As we entered level 4, modelling from Professor Sean Hendy gave us insights into a scenario in which we did not lock down, and in that scenario, our steady case numbers seeded an epidemic that potentially would have seen a period of as many as 1,000 cases per day. We will never know what would have actually have happened without our level 4 restrictions, but we can look overseas and see that this devastating scenario has played out in many other countries. Through our cumulative actions, we have avoided the worst. Tragically, what we have been unable to stop is the loss of 19 New Zealanders to COVID-19.
19 New Zealanders. The loss of 19 New Zealanders to COVID-19. Now, she mentions overseas, and now, let me just get back on that one. As far as I know, none of those cases, or maybe just a couple, were actually lost to COVID-19. In truth, they all had underlying health conditions, and you cannot say it was due to COVID-19, it was due to a number of factors. You can't just say it was due to COVID-19 that they died, because they had underlying factors. So to actually exclude those other factors, you could easily have said, Well, the person had cancer, the person had heart disease, the person had diabetes, whatever it was, some other main condition they had, and that they were lost to that. But no, she chooses one of the things that was wrong with them and says that it was because of that. And that is assuming that they actually had COVID-19 at all. And we don't have the data on that one. But according to what she is saying and what reports have been made, she is fabricating this to make it look like COVID-19 was the cause of death, when in actual fact the person had multiple underlying health issues in most, if not all, of these cases. And I think that's a very important thing to note. I was going to actually talk about some other stuff this evening, but I've been doing a few last minute sort of straighten out things on my office, and anyway, we're gradually getting there. Yeah, so apart from that, this is the end of supposedly of level 4 and going down into level 3 of this scam. Um, so hope everyone's surviving okay, and so keep tuned for more updates. Thanks very much. This is Nigel checking out, and now I have to find that button again. Oh yeah.